As part of the postgraduate certificate in professional practice in higher education, all our academic staff involved in the program are required to keep an active, reflective assignment, evidence-based assignment. In order to facilitate and help them with this process of reflection, we have developed a comprehensive list of assessment criteria that goes from obviously failing the course all the way to assuming distinction, which is linked with excellency in teaching and learning in our case. You will see that part of it involves them to have what we call a self-scrutiny or a self-disclosure, which is their ability to go deep and think about an issue in teaching and learning in higher education and try to approach it from their own perspective as well as from the perspective of the students if they can. Really important for them to go through the reflective cycle is to be able to make connection also to outside experiences. So not only what's happening in the class, but try to open it up and talk about the overall ethos of the university, perhaps even take it even outside the university into the national agenda and even the international agenda where applicable. Really important is also to make connection to readings and other resources. We provide our academics with a core textbook, a quality learning and teaching in university from Biggs and Tang. We also provide a book by Professor John Cowan on becoming a reflective academic practitioners, and also other books about feedback and assessment and so on. So we want our academics to reflect, we want them to personalize, we want them to think, but we really want them also to be aware of the greater references and literature in the area. Of course, it's really important to make connections to class discussions, and really important to the learning outcomes, and actually monitor the learning outcomes themselves. So they should be able, through their analysis, to refer back to what happened in the residential. They should be able to synthesize and analyze views of different participants from different disciplines, from the senior management that they come and they give some speeches and so on. So everything actually is being collected as an evidence-based portfolio, and we submit it in a webfolio format in our own institutional tool, which is PebblePad. So I'll show you here an example of a developer portfolio which I have permission to show. So this is how a portfolio would look like. Normally we ask our academics to have a little introduction, and then they can try to be as creative as they can. This year we try to bring creativity even more into the curriculum design, and we ask them to think of different ways of collecting feedback and so on. So in that case, this particular participant managed to create a little audio. This is just an audio reflection immediately after a lecture where the experience was still fresh in his particular memory, and then immediately got feedback from a colleague of him. So peer observations and self-observations are really crucial to that. And then they go, as you can see here, through this system here, and they reflect on the residential, on their away day, on their seminars, critical incidents, teaching observations. All important, all valued. So in the residential, it's we try to provide them with a structure. So we ask them to provide a background and a context, and then there are different sessions about cultures of learning, about talking about theories and practice, how to become a reflective practitioners, and so on. And you will see here that they just reflect in that particular way. Where possible, we ask them, like here in the away day, to provide extra evidence. So in this case, the particular participant did some background literature, found an interesting PowerPoint, found a very interesting video, which made a link to, and tries to reflect on that particular video, some slides, ideas based on a book from Stephen Brookfield, which we highly recommend and we highly promote in the university, and so on and so forth.